So you're probably wondering why boring inserts like this that maybe even you're using aren't driving review volume for your Amazon brand. Let me let you in on a little secret. Because your insert is not remarkable. It's not worth responding to, it's not worth getting excited about, and it's definitely not worth leaving a review for. What is are the 5 examples that I've tested in this video that work like gangbusters to flood in review traffic for your Amazon brand. If you stay through to the end, I'm even going to give you full access to each and every one of them so you can copy what I do and replicate it for your Amazon business. This is part 2 of our Amazon Review Masterclass, and we're going to create kick-ass Amazon inserts. Let's go. I've built and led multiple 7-figure Amazon brands. Now, I'm setting out to share how I did it, with radically transparent and detailed weekly videos. Join the journey with me and break free. Welcome to Heist. Hey guys, welcome to Heist, the Amazon FBA YouTube channel where we deep dive into the topics that matter for becoming a 7 and 8-figure Amazon seller. This is part 2 of a series I'm doing on Amazon reviews. I think everybody knows that getting a scalable strategy to accumulate review volume for your products is one of the most critical elements to having long-term success and long-term margin viability for products on Amazon. In this part of the review series, I'm going to deep dive into review inserts, something that almost every seller does, but very, very few do well. So this is going to companion part 1 of the series, which I'm going to link up above and below. Doesn't need to be watched in order, but you can definitely check that out if you haven't seen that video already after watching this one. So let's dive right into this. I mentioned this in my first ever video that deep dived into a launch that went from $0 to $30,000 in a month and talked about this concept of purple cow. This is incredibly important when we think about the psychology and framing what makes a really good review insert. Seth Godin, who's pictured here, is really an amazing marketing author. I actually happened to run into him at a coffee shop here in Park City last summer and had a good conversation with him. I've been following his stuff for well over 15 years and it's fantastic. But one of his cornerstone books, and I believe it was one of his first, was this book called Purple Cow. So the concept goes, imagine that you're driving down a Midwestern highway. It's just flooded with fields as far as you can see. There's cattle everywhere. It's a very common everyday occurrence to see them. If you drove past a field of cows, you wouldn't think twice, you'd keep on driving. But what if you were driving past and like this photo, you saw a cow with literally purple spots on its body? It's going to be pretty remarkable. You're probably going to pull your car over. You're probably going to take photos of it, post it on social. For the next couple of days, people that you encounter at work or friends, you're going to talk about, hey, I was driving through Kansas and I saw a damn purple cow. It was the craziest thing ever. Never seen it before. Here's the photos. It's going to be a remarkable experience. As marketers, as business owners, as Amazon FBA sellers, not only do our products need to have a remarkable characteristic that stands out and is different and is compelling, the marketing materials, the messaging we use, the voice, the packaging, the inserts, the experience needs to be constructed in this concept of a purple cow that is going to stand out from what others in the space are doing. So for your idea to win, and this is a concept coming out of Seth Godin's book, you must make it remarkable. Literally something worth remarking on. That's what remarkable is. So don't be boring or predictable. Being boring is literally the riskiest thing that you can do in life, in business, and certainly running an Amazon business. So the 5 inserts that I'm going to go through today is exactly what I've used to be effective. And the theme that I'm trying to think about when I'm creating review inserts, and that you should absolutely do when you build your own, is how do you build an insert worth noticing? Everybody and their mom has seen the insert card that says, have a good experience, have a bad experience. Message us if you've had a bad one, leave a review if you've had a good one. Everyone's seen the insert that, hey, we're a small business, every review matters to us. Those bleeding heart kind of copy that everyone's read goes directly in the trash, as does non-compelling offers like a 10% discount code. Think like we always do in this channel with everything we approach with the Amazon business. think like you're a customer. What would make you go to a URL and respond to an insert? What would make you log into your Amazon account, go down, find the order that you made 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or a week ago, type out for 5 minutes a review, and then give you a star rating? It's incredibly difficult, which is why the average review rate on Amazon is 1 to 1.5%. We've got to think like a customer. What would be different? What would be remarkable? What is the purple cow insert? We're going to get into 5 right now. So the first one, and this is one that I started using within the last year, and it's really been effective, is the concept I like to call the spin to win insert. The concept here is that you can take a freebie that would be really compelling to one of your customers and offer them a 1 in 3, 1 in 4, 1 in 5, whatever that kind of probability you want to map out and use, offer them the chance to win it. This does a couple things. First of all, it enables you to use a higher end offer or freebie to folks. So something that maybe you couldn't give away to everybody, but you can, like, on a smaller probability basis, you could give it away. So you can save a little bit of money and do a more compelling offer. The second is it injects this human nature element that human beings just really like, which is gamification. They love to gamble. They love to test things. They like to anticipate what might happen. It builds on all these emotions when you have a gamification spin to win type concept, when you don't know what the outcome is going to be. To backdrop that, what I like to do as well is make it so everybody wins. You know, if you did an insert that was, you had a 1 in 4 chance and somebody lost, the chances of them leaving a review afterwards or having like a good experience with that process is not great. But if you backdrop that with also a compelling discount code, so hey, there's really no losers in this game. You may not have won the grand prize, but you still get a really solid kick-ass discount on the back end. That's what I like to back it in with. So you'll notice here, I'll just kind of run through the copy, and this is literally verbatim of the verbiage that I've used on an insert like this. Top right corner, it says, "Do you like free stuff?" Of course you do. Again, non-corporate voice is critical, guys. What's going to be different? What's going to catch someone's attention? What's going to feel different from other companies that they receive these inserts from? We are offering a 1 in 3 chance to win a free bottle. No, seriously. If you go to the link below, you'll get the chance to spin and win a free bottle, 1 in 3 chance. And even if you don't win, you'll get a 25% off coupon. adamheist.com/spin to win. There's a URL. And then on the back side, it basically offers some how-to tips for the product, and it offers some useful kind of customer service tips to get in front of bad reviews. Has a questions or issues link to the email, so there's an easy way for them to reach back out if they've got a problem. Had massive, massive success with this insert strategy, and it's worked phenomenally well. If you want to see how I actually link this off and do ManyChat flows and landing pages from it, the next video I go into on the series is going to be all about building the back end experience and funnel for these reviews using ManyChat. So hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you're going to be notified next week when that video drops. As well, all of these inserts, if you wait through to the end of this video, I'm going to explain exactly how you can get these. I created these in Canva, which I'll create a link to below. But super easy stuff. You can literally take these exact graphic templates, add your own colors, tweak things how you want it, add your logo very simply within Canva. If you want access to these creatives so you don't have to recreate these things from scratch, stay through to the end and I'll explain how to do that. The second one, which is along the same veins, a super compelling offer, is free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff as a consumer? If I open up an insert card and it's a discount code, I don't know if I'm going to buy something else. I got to go log in. Like, it's not necessarily compelling. But if you give me something for free, even if it's not super high value, it's incredibly compelling and makes it worth me going to my computer or phone and typing in a URL to see what's next. So this is an insert I did for a freebie. It was basically a companion element to a product, and that's what I like to typically do, either a lower cost accessory to the product, or if you've got really high margins, you can even give a free product of what you're actually selling. That's pretty popular in the supplement space. So the copy on this one goes, "You've won something." Really big, really bold, catches the attention, draws people in so they don't toss in the trash. No, seriously. A small portion of our orders are selected at random to earn a free gift to complement your purchase. Congrats. Again, you can riff off this. You can get another one of what you just bought. It doesn't necessarily need to be a compliment, but this is a compliment example. Now, adding scarcity is critically important. so that people don't think that this is an all the time thing. Also, you can change the offer down the road if you run out of whatever that freebie is. So having some kind of a time bound element or a limit in quantity is really good for instigating quick review rates once people open up their product so they don't sit on it. So this goes, but we only have 200, so claim now. Get your free gift at adamheist.com/winner. And then at the bottom, it's got an asterisk, while supplies last. First 200 only. Once they're gone, they're gone. Again, another really impactful, high open rate, high response rate, really kind of good impact on the customer experience insert that I've used really effectively for some of my products. So how do you go about doing a freebie? There's a bunch of different approaches. One that I've used is to go to 1688.com, which is effectively the Chinese version of Alibaba. So this is where a lot of the front-end factories will operate. There's very few trading companies on 1688. But what it's really good for is really inexpensive, smaller items that you can kind of identify and buy in bulk that makes a giveaway like this super inexpensive. I'm talking stuff that you can find for well less than 50 cents per piece, oftentimes 5-10 cents per piece. You can find pretty compelling free giveaway items on here. You just use Google Translate on the Chrome extension. You can type it in English. And then if you've got WeChat, you can engage directly. So I found a lot of these freebie accessories. In addition to Alibaba, I found a lot of them on 1688 and would recommend that. Another way that I've used this for is we all get returns as Amazon sellers, right? The typical return rate's between 3 and 8% for most products, depending on the category. Over time, as you become a successful seller and you have a lot of SKUs, you end up getting a whack load of returns that can pile up and that you need to process. So when you go into this inventory button here within Seller Central, you'll see this unfulfillable inventory. That basically means it's stuff that's been returned from customers that you can either dispose of or you can have it sent to you. One of the tricks that I do is I don't sell or repurpose crappy used products, but oftentimes you'll have stuff where they just crack the packaging open, or it was clearly an unused, unopened item that Amazon processed as a return and can send back to you. So over time, you'll stockpile some of these items. You can resell them on eBay. You can repackage them and send them back into Amazon if they're in good condition. There's a lot of things that you can do. One of the approaches I like to use, because it's already kind of a sunk cost anyway, I've already paid for it, returns happened, is repurposing high quality unused items and using those as the bait for these free giveaways. So this is a really cool element to kind of recycle returns within your business and turn that sunk cost into something that can actually accumulate reviews for you. Obviously, it works really well because I'm in the US and can have stuff shipped to my house and have people that can process it for me. In fact, my wife helps me out a lot with processing some of these freebies. If you've got a 3PL, this is something that a 3PL can do as well. So it's not necessarily the best approach for international sellers, but if you're in the US, domestic seller, I think this is a fantastic approach. Another way that you can do it is if you have the margins where you can actually give one of your existing products away, whether it's the same one that somebody bought on that insert or it's an additional product or a complementary product that you also sell on Amazon, is you can send out without a customer having to transact. You can send out from an Amazon warehouse your free gift to customers that respond to this insert. In this case, you go to inventory, manage inventory, and you go down to this create fulfillment order piece here, and it's got this kind of menu. If you've ever had returns sent to you or a 3PL, it's the exact same screen here. You basically fill out the name, you fill out the address, and then there's a comment section here, which is something that will be seen on the paperwork that's delivered with this order. So whether it's a Shopify order or eBay order, you can do these custom comments. For these insert-based freebies that are fulfilled through the Amazon warehouse, I like to just put in a note here that says, thank you for the business, enjoy your free product. You can kind of customize the messaging how you want, but you can use Amazon fulfillment orders to send out your freebies to customers as well. So that's the freebie. Those two, both the spin to win and the freebies, are fantastically successful. They're remarkable. There's something different. People don't see them every day. And it's a high value offer that makes sense and is compelling for your customer to type in the URL, follow up with you, and ultimately log into their account to leave a review given the positive experience they had. The third is a gift card. And this is really simple to implement, especially if you're an international seller or if you've got some additional margin within your product offering to be able to kind of offer a beefier discount. I've done $5 ones, I've done $10 ones for really high ticket items. I've even done $20 gift cards. Key point here, what you're not doing with this or any of these offers is saying, hey, you leave a review and you're going to get a gift card. absolutely a no-no, against terms of service. On a long enough timeline, you're going to get found out with a strategy like that. What we're doing here is with no expectations. They don't even need to leave a review. We just want to give them a really awesome experience. As a thank you token, we're giving them a $5, $10, $20 gift card. Now, what you'll end up seeing is that the vast majority of those customers, because the experience is so good, and ideally if you've got a good quality product as well, they'll naturally want to leave a review. But this is definitely not a quid pro quo. We give you a gift card if you give us a review. That's not what we're doing here. But it's really simple to execute, right? So you'll kind of just see the insert here. Thank you. No, seriously, every single order is still special for us. As a small thank you, we're offering in this case, $5 Amazon gift card. You rock, and we truly appreciate it. It's not a huge amount of money and seems like not that big of a deal, but even just $5, guys, people are more than willing to go in, flip open their laptop, open up their phone, and type in this URL to get the $5 freebie. We then get their email, which can get added to our list, so there's value in that. And we email them out the e-gift card. You can do this with Amazon gift cards. You can do this with Visa gift cards. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. But I'll tell you what, even if it's a small amount like $5, if you've got the margin structure to be able to accommodate that, people love it. People respond to it. It's different, and it's worth them reaching back out to get this gift card. Now, the discount code. I think this is obviously very common. This would not necessarily be remarkable by most standards for people because most of the insert cards you see do offer some kind of a discount code. The difference is most of those discount codes are 10, 15, 20%. Most people aren't getting out of bed for anything more than 20%. It's just the reality of the game because it's so common. When I've used discount codes, I've used it so it's such a significant enough amount and it's material enough to instigate action from customers. So in this case, and most of the ones I've done have been 40% off codes. So if you've got a higher margin business, or if you can sacrifice some of your margin on a secondary sale in order to accumulate leads, to build your list, and to ultimately get reviews, this is a strategy worth deploying. So this one, again, it says this could just be the beginning. Want 40% off your next purchase? I'm guessing you do. The promised land is on the other side of the link below. And then adamheist.com/40off. Again, non-corporate language, an offer that catches the attention, and compelling copy that instigates action and is fun and builds a cool kind of vibe and experience for your brand. So discount code inserts can work, but it's got to be enough of an amount. I say a minimum of 20% if you're using this approach, but if you can get away with it, 30 to 40% off is really what's going to instigate those open rates and those response rates. So creating a code within Seller Central, if you don't know how to do this, basically you come into this advertising section, you don't go to coupons, that's actually for your ASIN offer for people searching on Amazon. You're going to want to go down to promotions. And from this, you can kind of select which promotion you want to do. I typically do this percentage off. You come out here and you can fill out, does it apply to your whole catalog? Does it apply to certain products within your catalog? You can select all that stuff. And then you can come in here, create an internal description. These screenshots are actually from an influencer code, but you can basically put in here any kind of a custom claim code that you want. You want to make it a group code, and then that coupon code can be used for any customers that respond to the insert. It's a simple way to do it. I usually time bound them, so I make them, for maybe 2-3 months, so that if somebody comes back to repeat purchase, they're not using the same coupon code over and over and over. But it's a simple way to implement this approach with an insert. Okay, so on to the final one. We've talked about, something that you need to give to a customer in order for them to respond, whether it be freebies, discount codes, other offers that have some kind of value in terms of monetary or product. There's some products, though, that people just want to have a deeper experience for how to understand and use the product. This is really, really important if you've got a technical item that requires some additional instructions that are really difficult to do on paper. It's also really good if it requires some kind of an installation step on behalf of the user, where you can offer some paper instructions, but for a more immersive, deep experience, especially for a complex, complicated product, it goes into a video on how to do this. So I've done this really effectively with my home goods brand, that some of the items require installation. I've also, with some of my electronics brands that require some kind of a setup step, included a video option in addition to the insert. So here's an example of like a home goods product. Just kind of did this one up as an example. But you can see it's got all the steps that you would need to do to leverage this product. And again, this is kind of a fake example, but you can use your imagination. But if you wanted more than just those kind of plain Jane instructions on paper, there's an immersive video that you can get access to by just going to that link. Again, when they go to that link, you can pixel them, you can get their information, and then you can serve it up to them in the form of a more immersive video experience, which customers love, especially when it comes to these complex products. So those are 5 examples, guys, all that have worked phenomenally well. You'll notice it's not boring vanilla language that's being used. It's not a boring vanilla offer that's being used. And it's a compelling, remarkable experience that is catching people's attention when they open your product and giving them the reason to go through with visiting that URL. When you create that end-to-end experience, both with a really good product, a good offer, a good brand experience and vibe, matched with a really cool, unique thing that they're not getting from almost anybody else that they transact with on Amazon or elsewhere online, it wraps this experience up, makes it profound. You give a connection to them in terms of their email address or ManyChat lead list, and it helps you round the loop out and add 1, 2, 3% to your review rates, which again creates a moat for your Amazon business that's very difficult for competitors that aren't as sophisticated or aren't willing to do these extra little steps to be special and to build that purple cow experience. So if you want access to each of these creative elements here, leave a comment with what your favorite approach has been on this video, or leave a comment with an approach that's worked really well for you that we in the Heist community can use and build into our own Amazon brands. Once 20 of you have left that opinion comment below, I'm going to unlock all of these creatives so anybody can have access to them. They're downloadable Canva templates, which again, I'll leave a link below to Canva. It's 100% free for 95% of what you want to do. And if you want to do some special elements, I think it's like $10 a month. So it's a relatively inexpensive software, but I use it to do all the stuff that you see here on this YouTube channel. I use it for a lot of the Amazon content that I build for my own brands, like inserts, even packaging and other promotional elements, Facebook ads, things like that. It's a phenomenal software. So if you want access to all 5 of these examples as they exist here, so you don't have to recreate them, leave a comment. Once we've got 20 people that have opined on what their favorite one is, I'm going to pin a comment and give you access to that link. So this is part 2 of the series, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Next week, I'm going to dive into what you can build out step by step over my shoulder for if somebody types in one of these links, how do you build landing pages out? How do you build the ManyChat flows and the pipeline that you can then funnel both the leads that come out of these inserts, but ultimately the feedback on your product, which will hopefully turn into reviews. That will be part 3 of this deep dive on Amazon FBA review strategies. Hope you've liked this one. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers.